Alright, what's going on, guys? gdoggcasey here, getting ready for another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today we're doing a Copperbell Mines hard mode with the White Mage. Say hello to the team. Oh, I got a first time run through here. Couple people. So that's pretty good. Let's switch back to number 1 and let's get going. Alright, our tank, it's his first time through. It looks like we got a warrior tank. And this dungeon doesn't really have, as far as I remember anyway, there's nothing too special about it. We're just gonna, as usual, just stick with the fundamentals. Throw a regen on our tank here and a couple bigger heals because he took a bit of extra damage than I expected. I'm getting smacked in the head here by this big thing. Give myself a regen and this dude one as well. I should be okay. I don't think I really need anything else. Although this big guy is still on me? No, he's not. No, we're good. Okay, perfect. Whoop, wrong button there. We'll try to fit in some damage here and there when we can. I'm still kind of getting used to the fact that we don't need to use Cleric Stance to do that anymore. Which is definitely a plus. For sure. Actually, I don't even think I have it on my in my roll abilities. No, it's on my bar, but I'm not using it. Alright, waiting on the DPS to get over here. Well, that was pretty rude. I don't necessarily enjoy people who bring that kind of stuff up. Like, maybe he's doing the dungeon because he wants to get better gear. Okay, so if you know, then why do you bring it up then? Know what I mean? Took time out of everyone's day to stand there and type that out while we all waited. Just because you want to feel like you're elitist or something, or feel like you're better than the tank who's got a sprout. Exactly. It's got the eye level to Q, so who cares? Just trying to, you know, be a tough guy or something. I don't know. Whatever. We'll ignore him from now on. Start fights without him. So we're placing arrow on everything, and then we're jumping back to healing the tank. He is taking like a decent amount of damage, and maybe that's because of the gear, but it doesn't mean we can't complete the dungeon, so we'll just do our best. And then once he kind of gets topped up, we can move on to dealing some more damage with stone. I'm hitting the wrong enemy, that was my fault. That was my fault. I just tried to use Cleric Stance. But yeah, the actual dungeon itself, I remember one of the bosses being like a little strange. So I guess we'll encounter that when we get there, but I don't think there's really anything too tough about it in general. Nothing that needs too much explaining. So we can use Lucid Dreaming to try to drop some of this threat off of us. I'm also going to use Medica 2 to get a regen on the entire party, and then move back to doing some damage. We're getting pelted by stones by these Spriggans that are in the cages here. But they barely do any damage at all, so. Just keeping an eye on my party's health here and healing when it's needed. The AoE regen it's not the strongest regen, but it's good enough to carry us through what we got here. Yeah, not too much going on really in this dungeon. You know, just like I said, just doing our fundamentals, keeping an eye on our party's health, and just moving along. Alright, I don't know if the tank realizes that we're being chased down here. So this might, yeah, this is gonna get pretty hectic, so we know we're about to be in for it here, so we're gonna just focus on healing heavily. I'm gonna use Divine, or Presence of Mind, sorry. Actually, I don't know what's going on here, but apparently nobody's taking any damage. Okay, never mind. I thought that was gonna be a lot more damage than it actually was. It turns out it's totally fine. Some of them get left behind, maybe? Alright, we're gonna drop some more arrows on everything here. Put another regen on the tank, and then move back to doing some DPS. Looks like I'm getting hit by something here, so I'll put a regen on myself as well. We're doing just fine, despite the tank's quote-unquote shitty gear, or sucky gear. We're surviving. And here we go, we got the first boss. And I think this is the one that had, like, interesting mechanic, I think. I can't remember it fully. I remember coming through here with the Paladin, and I wasn't exactly sure either. Something about staying out of fire and stuff like that. Whoops, that was a mistake. I accidentally tabbed over to one of those dudes. Okay, this guy's taking serious damage. And he's getting poisoned. We'll take that off him as well. Alright, we're gonna take that shot. We got burned from that, actually. Yeah, I think the the bridge starts to set on fire or something, and we have to keep moving them down the line and deal with the ads as we go down there. But I don't know, maybe we have enough damage to just kill them before that even matters? Okay, maybe not. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a much bigger fire mechanic there. Just try to keep him healed. Our Dragoon is taking some decent damage as well. I'm going to use Lucid Dreaming and Presence of Mind, just because there's not really many times where you get a chance to use it anyway, so I might as well use it for a situation that might call for it. We can basically stand here now and just DPS the boss down for the rest of it, I think. Wow, we got a new ad here, but that's going to be killed pretty quickly by our DPS. Okay, there we go. So yeah, sorry I didn't necessarily have an explanation for the mechanics there. I'm not always going to have the full explanation, just because I don't always remember. And also, I enjoy going through a dungeon and just trying to figure out what to do. I think we just dropped down here. Oh. Wait. Alright, they're gonna help us break down this rock, I guess. I think we have to protect them, maybe. Yeah, that's exactly right. Come on, keep your head on a swivel, guys. Oh, don't touch ads, don't heal? Okay, never mind. I didn't realize that was a thing that we could do. Well, I'm gonna have to heal. And then what, we run? Okay, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to do this fight. I'm gonna end up dying. This guy's just gotta be a dick though, doesn't he? Okay, so this looks to be similar mechanics as the second boss of Copperbell Mine normal mode. So I imagine it's going to be similar. It doesn't look like he's taking any damage, so we're probably going to have to use like a bomb. Okay, so he picks up the bomb. It's going to detonate, so I guess he just has to drop it. Or is he just going to take the damage from it? Yeah, it looks like it. Whoop. It really has. I don't know if it's been that long since I've done this dungeon, but it feels like it's been forever. Because I almost don't remember this boss at all. So that's kind of fun. Oh god. I think he's gonna get hit by something. And I guess we just have to wait for another opportunity to pick up a bomb and drop it near him. Yeah. Click the blasting device, it's gonna drop another bomb. Okay, I got smoked by that one. Yeah, and the DPS just dropped the bomb near him, and there we go. I got hit by that as well. Just throw in regen on everybody, because it doesn't seem like there's any like actual sustained damage coming in. It's just if you get hit by the AoE, you're gonna take damage. So the regen seems good enough. And everyone's just running in circles waiting for a chance to pull the lever. So I guess instead of just dropping a bomb, it also drops a bomb and a bunch of enemy bombs, but they're not too tough to deal with. He's gonna drop the bomb again. We have been targeted by something. I think just one of those kindling spirits. And actually these AoE circles, obviously you want to avoid them. Yeah, you do. It's not too difficult. And there we go. Boss is dealt with. Just need to kill this kindling spirit. It should be over with. Oh, there's Biggie. Okay, alright, there's actually like quite a bit more going on here. The bigger bomb that has spawned. Yeah, it's gonna have a bigger explosion radius. And there we go. Now the boss is done. Alright, and I apologize, guys. Like I mentioned in, you know, a bunch of previous videos that I'm sort of getting away from the whole guide aspect of this series. It's more just me going through the dungeons and trying to figure it out as we go along. And sometimes we're going to get into a dungeon that I just haven't done in like a very long time, and I just don't remember basically anything about it. And that's kind of the fun. That's going to be fun every once in a while, because coming at a dungeon from a new player perspective is not something you can do every day. Like, for example, in Stormblood, I've already gone through a few of the dungeons from that expansion, and I had people ask me, like, do you want to know the mechanics and stuff like that? I actually don't. I'd rather figure it out on my own, because it's not every day that you have that ability to do that. Learning the new mechanics of a new boss or a new enemy type is fun. And once you know it, then I'm not saying it's not fun anymore, but that's one aspect of the game that's done and dealt with. You don't have to, you don't think about it anymore. So, I don't know. I like that kind of thing. So whenever I can have an opportunity to do a dungeon that I've forgotten basically everything about, it's almost the same as going through it for the first time, even though obviously I've done this at least once with the Paladin and just don't remember how long ago that was. And I didn't retain any of the information I got from it the first time. Alright, but we're still just throwing arrow on everything. And using stone too whenever we have the ability to. Throw off a heal whenever it's needed. We can tack on a regen as well, just to make extra sure he's okay. AoE here because the threat is a little bit messed up, so I'm just going to throw a bit of a heal on everybody because it's likely that everybody will take a little bit of damage. And now we'll just move back to throwing arrow and everything. Come back and top up the tank. Because he has such little hit points, a Cure 2 is basically all it really takes to bring him up to full health. At that time he was a little bit lower than average, so took 2 Cure 2s, but you know what I mean. If we're fighting just one enemy, we just DPS the whole time. Easy. Easy. Oh, we got a couple more enemies coming in. Looks like I pulled one. I guess we're trying not to pull those enemies behind us, so I'll make an effort not to pull them. I think we're approaching the final boss. Yep, here we go. It's just another giant. Is this the guy? Does he have like 100-ounce swings and shit like that? I can't remember. Just tank him there. So maybe it's just a tank and spank. Don't worry about ads. Alright, we'll listen to him this time. I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's doing or if he's not capable of playing well. It always seems to people who are the best. It seems to be the people who are the best at the games are the ones that have the highest chance of just being a dick, though, so. Alright, we want to avoid sand pillars. Yeah, he does have big swings, okay. He seems like that type of enemy, so we'll focus him, just in case we're busy healing or something. We can see when he's doing something like that. Throw little regens on basically everybody. The Abyss Worm is searching for fodder. So the DPS who said don't worry about ads is killing ads, so I wonder if he meant it more as like, don't worry, the DPS will handle the ads. That could be what he meant. And I'm just throwing out regens from time to time. I'll reapply arrow and do some more. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to actually go back to healing the tank here because he's taking decent damage. Yeah, so not too tough. It's taken a little while to kill him. A little longer than it usually does, but just dodge the sandworm running around everywhere. DPS is taking care of the ads. We just keep healing and reapply our dot every once in a while when we need to. Reapply a regen when we need to. Limit break wouldn't go amiss here. Trying to just burst him down here. He's already almost dead. I'll just use Benediction here to bring him up to full health, and there we go. We got it. We got it. So that's going to be Copperbell Mines from the White Mage perspective. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm sorry I didn't like approach it as an expert, and I sort of had to just fumble along with everybody else trying to remember what to do. It's just been that long since I've done it, but it was still a fun time. And we got it done and dealt with. So let's apply our commendation to the tank because he did a pretty good job for a new player. And we'll get on out of there. And look at that, 3 player commendations. That's what you get when you're not being a dickhead. Let's see which dungeon is coming up next week because I can't remember off the top of my head. So next week we are going to be doing Hawk Manor hard mode. Sweet. Alright, so I'll see you guys then. Keep in mind, there will be some more Final Fantasy content coming out this week. Still have the Healing Trial tomorrow with the Chrysalis, and the next day we're going to be going through another dungeon with the Monk. So I hope you guys are enjoying all of the Final Fantasy videos. I know I've been releasing some more sort of random stuff around it. I'm going to continue to do that for a little while, but the core Final Fantasy stuff is always going to be here. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.